Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Mike. How you guys doing today? All right, so I'm just gonna get right into it. We're gonna make this one quick. All right. I named this one Suspect Behavior. Okay. So I've been listening to some of my old school music lately, and just bringing back memories and stuff like that, right? And I spend a lot of time like on YouTube and stuff like that. I don't really watch a whole lot of TV. And I've been noticing a trend that's been happening. And it just kind of reminded me that the more things change, the more things stay the same. All right, what do I mean by that? All right, so when I was in high school, when I was a teenager, right, we had, I guess a saying, you could say a slogan or whatever, right? Somebody was in the closet. Okay, what that meant was that somebody was portraying a straight male, but everybody knew that he was of the same-sex orientation. Okay, nothing wrong with that if you're true to who you are. Okay, and this is why I call it suspect. This is what we used to call people that they walked around like one of the guys, they talked like one of the guys, but behind closed doors, they wanted to be with one of the guys. Right? So that's that fraudulent behavior. They're pretending to be something that they're not. Now, when I was in school, I grew up in Hawaii, right? We had people that were of the same sex orientation, no problem, because they were true to who they were. Okay, they were real, right? Nobody had a problem with it. They are who they are. It is what it is, right? We were friends with them, went to school with them, rode the bus with them. You know what I'm saying? And they came out to the same parties and events and stuff that we were at. Okay, no issue. It's the fraudulent guys that we knew that we had to watch out for. Okay, those were the guys that'll try to sneak it in on you and try to, what's that they do, like they get grabby. They try to test you. Okay, so that's suspect behavior. Okay, it's kind of like when we were kids. If me and a couple friends go to like a 7-Eleven or something, right? And one of the friends runs out with or he walks out with like some candy bars or something like that, or something that the cashier notices something's missing, something's up, right? So all of a sudden they get suspicious, right? They know something's going on. There's only 3 or 4 of us. So what happens is when that guy is acting like that, it makes us all look suspect if they don't know, who took it, And so that's what it made me think of, that this suspect behavior, because like I said earlier, the more things change, the more things stay the same. I graduated in high school in 1996, and here we are in the year 2020, and we have a lot of men walking and portraying themselves to be straight. All right? But they got some suspect behavior. Okay, I'm gonna break this down real quick. I wrote down some notes over the last few days just because I've been seeing a lot of funny stuff, man. Today, like I saw something today that I can't even take the smile off my face. It was so funny. All right, so don't mind me if I look like I'm smirking. I'm smirking with you, not at you. All right, so we got these guys out here that are talking all this mess about how manly they are and what kind of man they are and stuff like that, right? All right, so first I want to show you guys something. Okay, so some female behaviors that we're all aware of. All right, especially in the social media world. Okay, this is something almost all the girls that are on social media, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is, right? They all have these same behaviors. Okay, so it's called suspect behavior. Okay, so what happens when you first meet a female, right? They show up and they show out. Okay, they put on the makeup, they get dressed, they put on their fancy clothes, they take those silly pictures where their heads all angled at the perfect angle and everything, right? We call that showing out, right? They're putting on their best face. They're trying to get the guy's attention, right? That's what they're doing. Oh, hold on. Let me turn this music down a little. Okay. So that's what the girls do, right? They're trying to get your attention, so they show up and they show out. Okay? They gotta do whatever it takes to get your attention. All right, and then after she gets your attention, you guys get to talking, right? She's gonna tell you a little bit about herself. Tell you her interests, what she's about, and she's gonna take some steps to get to know you. Right? It doesn't matter where it's at. Okay, Instagram, Facebook, it's all the same. Right? If they're interested, they show interest, and they try to communicate with you. All right. So as you become more friendly or whatever, they start to ask for resources when they get comfortable around you. Okay. Whether it's going out on dates, or helping out with, like I need some gas for my car, something like that, right? It's like a test. They want to see what they can get out of you. Okay, they want to see what your stance as a man is, what kind of frame you're in. All right. So this is where the men start to separate, I guess by the types of men that they are. Okay. So there's men that won't give the female nothing. All right, she's not interested. Okay, whatever she might have said or did something that made him not want to be around that chick. Okay, or she got what she needed out of that girl, or he got what he needed out of the girl. Right? And so now he no longer wants to deal with her. Okay. At this point, once the guy stops showing interest in the female or whatever, you start seeing shaming tactics. Okay, she starts doing whatever she can to make you look bad, make you seem to be a bad guy. All right, calling you names. I've heard the homosexual slurs and stuff coming from females towards men. All kinds of silly, goofy tactics that the girls do when they feel slighted. Right? And then last but not least, they get around their other girlfriends and stuff, and they need to make it a group, like a group think. Okay, they're gonna put as much shame and stuff as they can on a group of women. It's kind of like a validation for the women that she's right. Okay, even she might have liked that guy so much, but because he doesn't want to be around her, she's gonna put that shame. She's gonna try and give you that scarlet letter, right? So that no other women around her circle, and as we've seen on what is this, the social media and stuff, they'll try to spread it far and wide. Okay, that's why we have all kinds of stuff going on with women with the fake accusations and stuff like that, of all kinds of criminal behavior. Okay, and they don't go to the police or anything like that. What they'll do is they'll go to social media and they'll start talking all kinds of mess about the guy to try to, ridicule his name. Right. So what I've noticed is that, I don't know, maybe it's the last 10 years, I would say, as a barber, I deal with, mostly men in the businesses that I was, when I had my barber shop. I did landscaping and stuff like that. And a lot of men are coming up with the same stories about the tactics that women were doing. what we're seeing now is that the men are having the same behaviors that the women are. Okay, and this is where that suspect behavior comes in. I've actually had conversations with men that would say to me, I'm doing this because the women do it too. And I remember the first time I heard somebody say that to me, and I kind of like my brain kind of flipped over, right? Because like men are men. Men don't have female tendencies. They don't have women's behavior, right? But I kept hearing more and more guys say that I'm doing it because women do it. And that's one of those things that I could never get with. All right, maybe that's some old school 90s Gen X mentality or something like that. But to me, men were never supposed to act like women. But we're seeing it more and more and more, right? And it's everywhere. We're seeing it from the politicians. We're seeing it from the actors and actresses, the famous people. We're seeing it from the athletes. I mean, down to the clothes. Okay, guys wearing makeup. I mean, they're what is that called? Like they're the way that they move. You know, men have lost that touch that when another guy saw him, he's like, okay, I trust that dude to be a man. All right, if something goes down, I know that guy right there. Okay, he's one of the ones that whatever needs to happen, he's gonna be one of the ones that can call on, you know, to handle whatever man business needs to be done. And nowadays it's becoming harder and harder to find those types of men. And I noticed that as the years go by, there's a big separation, at least here in the Western society. There's a huge separation between the men and the women, you know, the dating world, the relationship world. All right, and more and more and more men are starting to walk away from the women. Now, I understand there's a lot of bad behavior that we're getting out of women. But what's surprising me is how much I hear of men that have female tendencies, and now they're starting to talk like the women. Okay. Look, I'm just going to call it out the way I see it. You know, if you're dressing like a female and you talk like a female, all the way down to arguing with females online, females you don't even know. Okay? Tell me where in society do we see men, at least in public, where do we see men arguing with women out in public? All right? That's something that, no, you take that inside. You know, if you have to correct bad behavior or whatever, you know, you do that at home. You know, it's one thing with children, but with a female, you know, because you don't want to be accused of beating anybody or anything like that. But men, there was a time where men didn't argue with women publicly or out loud or whatever. Okay, and if you did, you know, guys would get into arguments with their girl. Right? I'm seeing these guys on social media are arguing with females that they've never met in person. They'll get online, and they actually, it's to the point now where guys will go and seek out women to argue with. And I don't mean have like a spirited debate. That's different. Okay, it's like one person has a point of view, another person has a point of view, and you talk about the differences, right? You know, even if you agree to disagree, it's not really an argument. But I'm seeing arguments. I'm seeing like guys arguing, calling names and whatnot, you know, yelling and screaming into a microphone. Guys getting into their emotions. Okay, guys are supposed to be logical, not emotional. Okay, you're not supposed to act off of your emotion, right? Unless you're in like a fight or flight mode, you're not supposed to be acting off of your emotion. Okay, it's just like in sports and stuff, like in boxing. Okay, all man behavior. When you get emotional, you lose, you lose track of what's going on. You lose focus because you're letting your emotions get the best of you. We see it all the time, especially in boxing. Okay, when a boxer loses his game plan and he starts, swinging wild and stuff, the other guy knows he got him. Okay, that's how Mayweather won a lot of fights, because he would use that elbow and he'd be able to block a lot of hits. So when the guys are hitting him, the hits didn't count because the guy's hitting him in the back. Those punches don't count. All right, so guys would get frustrated. We seen one fight, I forget the guy's name. The guy hauled off and headbutted Mayweather. Because he was so frustrated at the way that Mayweather was fighting him. He lost his cool. All right. I'm seeing that online though. Like this trips me out, because it's like these guys that they walk around and they want to call themselves men and this and that. But a lot of these guys don't have the behavior of men. And then they get upset when the females don't react to them like men. But the females, the women, will react to other men a certain way. All right? And it's like I understand now that I've been around some of the spaces that I go in YouTube. I understand why some guys, they might not look the part of a manly man or whatever. They might not be the best businessman. They might not have the money, the high prestige type employment, a high paying job, stuff like that. But the women, they react to those men in a way that shows that they're attracted to that man. Okay? But the men that get emotional, they don't get that same level of attraction from the women. The women don't react to those guys the same way. All right. So I have to laugh about it, right? Because I mean, lately, I'd say over the last year, we've heard a lot of suspect stuff said by men on public forums, on panels publicly, on social media, across the board. Okay, the things that are coming out of these guys' mouths, there's no surprise why these guys aren't getting the results in life that they want. Okay, because they're not carrying themselves like men. And it's like we want to help them, but they gotta want to help themselves. All right, that's how I see it. All right, now there's plenty of guys out here that are willing to help, talk to you, and I've realized it's not something that's gonna happen overnight, especially for like guys that were raised in a female household with either a single mom or lots of sisters around. There's a lot of female tendencies going on at all times. So for those boys growing up, they're gonna repeat the behavior that they grow up around, right? What do they say? It's like you are the you're the five people that are closest to you. You're gonna be just like them. Okay, you're the sixth man. All right. And if it's all women, okay, you're showing female tendencies. Like, we see you. I mean, I don't know how better to say it. It's like, we see you. Okay, the things that you are doing, we see you. We hear you. We hear the things that come out of your mouth. And in these digital spaces, this stuff is forever. This is recorded and backed up. This is forever. 10 years from now, somebody's going to be able to pull up a video or like a podcast of something you said or something you did. All right? They're going to be able to play that back. It might be your kids one day looking back like, Dad, yo, you was kind of feminine, homie. What's up with that? Like, we see you, bro. We hear you. All right? It's not an act. It's a mentality. All right, you guys got to change your mentality. Get around some guys that are getting the results you want in life. It'll help you out tremendously. All right. For you fraudulent dudes out there, the suspect guys, we see you. We hear you. We hear the comments that you say. And like I said, this week, man, I was listening to my music, right? And I couldn't stop thinking of a few things that I heard this week. I'm not even going to repeat it because it's not something that men should say. But it sure did come out of the mouth of somebody who's got some feminine tendencies. Right? Puts on a masculine bravado, you know what I'm saying? Like he shows himself off, or he speaks as though he's the manliest man. He's got that behavior. But okay, so this is what I want to get to real quick. There are men in this space that have the same exact behaviors as the females. Okay, when they come into that new space, they show up and they show out. All right, that's like I said, what the girls do, right? Girls want to get your attention, so guys come in and they do the same thing, that peacocking, whatever you want to call it, but they're doing it in a man space. That's the funny part. It's like they're doing it in a man space, right? They come in, they tell you all about themselves, right? And they try to get to know you. That's normal human behavior, right? Okay, it's like, let me see who's like me. Let me see if I can find people of like mind, right? So you talk to people. Okay, nothing wrong with that. That's social behavior. We all supposed to do that. All right. What I've noticed from the men is the switch happens when they start asking for resources. When they start asking for money, right? The way they go about it. Okay. There's guys that use shaming tactics like females to try and force money out of people, right? And if you don't give them the money that they're asking for, they start going in on people in the same space as them. All right. Now, it's one thing if you provide a service that people keep running back to, right? Yeah, you're providing a service. The people that are on social media, there's Instagram, there's YouTube. People are putting in work, giving out a lot of knowledge. We got the Gary V's out there, and there's all kinds of people that are content creators, right? And they do a lot of work and stuff, and they're in the business of providing that content, whether it's for education or for entertainment, whatever it might be, right? So the people that are going there, they ask those people, hey, there's a donation jar, okay? If you can leave something in here, I might do some giveaways, some raffles, whatever. It's a way of them giving back and thanking the people that support them, right? But I've heard people getting mad at the people that don't support them. It's like, how do you expect people to support you and you're talking down to them? It doesn't seem like you're trying to help. It seems more like you're more interested in just making $1. All right. And so then, the guys, they're going to react as well. The guys are going to react to that guy. Okay? And so you lose more support rather than providing value. Okay? You call yourself a valuable person, but you lose more support from the guys that you say you're trying to help or trying to entertain or educate, whatever it is. All right, but yeah, like I said, they do the shaming tactics. That's the best part. Because when I hear the men going at people that they don't even know, all right, it's like I laugh. because I've taken it upon myself to get to know people, even if it's a one-on-one chat. We talk behind the scenes and stuff like that, and come to find out there's a lot of people out there that are doing very well for themselves that will never find themselves in the same spaces as some of these fake, fraudulent, suspect people. Okay? So, it's just a warning to those guys, man. If you got that suspect behavior, we see you. We know who you are. Okay? We hear the words you say. We see how you move. We see you. But yeah, man, these guys that are following that female script, like, you ain't fooling nobody. All right? It used to be a time, man, like certain behaviors were kept hidden. But from 1990 to 2020, a lot of things have changed. It's become okay to just be who you are. Be real. Those guys get respect. All right? They got clubs for people that like to do certain things. Right? And they go hang out in their clubs. Right? Well, like, I'll say for me, I've gotten into some scraps with guys who are on some fake fraudulent behavior because I was in a place that wasn't for them, and they started behaving in a way that wasn't kosher to majority of the people that were around. All right? Now, had they introduced themselves originally as being that way, you know what? You're welcome. Come on in. Hey, there's some guys over there for you. All right? Everything's cool. But if I present myself one way, and you try any of that suspect behavior and whatnot, and try to get frisky. Guys ain't supposed to get frisky with dudes. There's guys that try it. Okay? And that usually ends up with some trouble going down. All right? Some things happen after that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I just wanted to remind you guys, like, all you guys that suspect behavior, it's like we know who you are. We see you. We hear the things you say. On certain social media, we see the way you move, the way you dress, your mannerisms. We know who you are. Just be real. Life is so much easier. Like we used to say back in the day, the people were in the closet. Hey, the closet doors are wide open now, man. Come out to the public. Be who you are. Don't be afraid. Just be real. There's nothing wrong with it. People ain't gonna shun you. That's old school mentality. New school, everybody's accepting of other people as long as you're not interrupting their lifestyle. People that have other lifestyles, I don't bother them, and for the most part, they don't bother me. But it's just funny at the frauds out there, the suspect dudes arguing with women publicly. Like that's crazy. Like, and people wonder why they get the results they get. But all right, man, I'm gonna let you guys go. I just thought I'd bring that out there. Some things need to be said. My boys have heard it from me. I raise them to be who they are at all times. Just be real. You get more respect. You get more assistance. You get more gratitude when you're real. Keep it real. That's a real thing. All right. But yeah. Respect. Okay? Respect goes two ways. All right? If you show me respect, I show you respect. Okay, that's the way it goes. If you show me respect, I show you respect. But the moment that you become suspect, now I feel like you are not showing me respect because you're being fake, you're being fraudulent. You're not being who you are. That means I gotta watch you or stay away from you. All right. But that's another stream for another day. All right. I'm gonna do one. We're gonna do a video. Probably on my next video, we're gonna be taking a look in the mirror. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I want to thank you guys that did come through. I appreciate you. Go ahead and where is it? I think it's over. Nope, it's over here. Yep, there it is. Down there, somewhere down there is a like button. There's a subscribe button. Hit the links if you like what I had to say. If you want to get some more information out of me, leave a comment down there in the comment bar or whatever, and we'll talk. Send me an email or whatever. Let's get to know each other. Find out who we are for real. All right. But hey, this is your boy Mike. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the hay. It's been a long day, hilarious day. I think I've exhausted all my energy for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash up and get some Z's. All right. For everybody out there, be safe, drink water, stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your mind, take care of your body, take care of your money. All right. This is America. All right. Until the next time. Aloha.